standard. Over some time in the sub-Saharan Africa, we discovered that a lot of our cultural heritage, a lot of our language identity has been bastardized. And that has to be, as stakeholders, we need to come together or look our way, engaging the community, engaging the people. Where we just about losing our own identity, we have to, that's strengthening our culture, the basic values of the society that will bring about development, and we harness. So the paper center basically on who are the indigenous people in Africa. We mentioned them, the importance of the basic characteristics of indigenous people, their contribution, how we need to preserve our cultural heritage, our museums, not just our museum, our artifacts, and we may use them. What do we use them for? To increase the gross domestic product for GDP. If you look at Dubai, if you go to China, you go to even in Paris and all of Mecca or Medina, you discover that there's a kind of a paradigm shift basically from the issue of oil now back to the issue of tourism. And the basic on how we can be able to package our culture and make a lot of billions of dollars and be able to develop our country is that to packaging our indigenous people, our cultural heritage. We have a lot of them. If you can move to Benue, we move to Nasarawa, even in FCT here, Oshun Oshobo grade a lot of festivals that by the time you package them and you preserve them, they can become a pilgrimage of a sort, and you discover that will be. The second paper we did, basically on community health and safety development. And the community health and safety development, what is it talking about? The community health and safety development is talking about in line with the fundamental issues of the framework IPESS 4. And also for us to achieve the sustainable development goal, which when we talk about SDG 4, it's talking about quality and health and well-being. And you could remember that your health is your wealth. By the time we are able to get it from your health, you can be able to get from the world. And not just only that. Prevention, they say, is better than what? Cure. By the time we are able to harness our environment, we prevent some of these communicable diseases in our community and in our society. We are able to put things measures and all of that. And then we have, by the time we get our health system right, from the workforce, from the rural community, from even our employees, and the vulnerable population, including the elders, women, children, we can have a kind of robust contribution to the economy of Nigeria and make our country a better society.
So in view of mitigating our environment from accident, what measure do you think Nigeria should put on ground to check those incidents?
Thank you very much for that very good question. You can embark on what we call the traffic rules and regulation. Apart from that, the issue of control, that we need to strengthen. We have a very strengthening labor policy framework. The legal framework is there. What we need now is to implementation. The regulatory agencies that are saddled with the responsibility of doing that, the Federal Road Safety Corps, NEMAN and all of that, they should ensure, and we as people, we need compliance, where we can be able to put them in place and put in practice, so that by doing so, adhering, you discover even in Abuja metropolis here, where you're coming along the way from Nyanyang, back to AYA, FCT, a lot of people will not observe, you see that they don't observe traffic rules and all of that. You discover that even some of the cars that are not roadworthy, causing pollution. If you see a lot of generators left and right, we can be able to harness, make sure one of the measure how we can be able to mitigate is that the use of some alternative means, like solar system. You come back to the use of solar energy, the use of wind energy that is going international and globally down. And then we'll show most of the practices. Aside from that, we will also have a very robust waste management, where waste can be managed equitably, where you manage your waste very powerfully and internationally, and in such a way you can be able to curtail most of these issues.
Thank you. Your name again, sir?
My name is Dr. Teran. I'm a renowned facilitator of the World Bank at the Center of the Procurement, Environmental and Social Standard of the Joseph Sawantaga University.